come together to exchange ideas, share experiences, and explore emerging opportunities. Following the encouraging response to its inaugural edition, we are delighted to present the second edition of Kmct Converge this year, with a renewed focus on the future technologies and their impact across different sectors. This year's theme, Future Tech, is especially relevant at this time when technology is rapidly transforming the way we think, the way we learn, the way we work, the way we communicate, and the way we build businesses. Respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, industry leaders, academicians, innovators, entrepreneurs, faculty members, and my dear students, on behalf of Kmct Group of Institutions, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to Kmct Converge Future Tech Summit 2026. Many of you may be visiting Kmct for the first time, so before we proceed, I would like to briefly introduce you to Kmct Group of Institutions. Kmct began its journey in 1996 under the visionary leadership of Dr. K. Moidu, the founder chairman, with a mission to make quality education and healthcare accessible to the community. From the modest beginning as a single institution, Kmct has grown into a multidisciplinary education and healthcare ecosystem encompassing medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, arts and science, law, management, technology, among other disciplines. Today, under the leadership of Dr. Nawaz KM, Chairman, and with the support of Dr. Aisha Nesrin, our Director, the organization has expanded across 7 campuses in Kerala, comprising nearly 30 institutions, and a student community of more than 15,000 and of more than 4,000 faculty and staff members. Kmct's commitment to academic quality and institutional excellence is reflected in the accreditations and recognitions earned by the institution from reputed bodies like NBA, NAC, QSI Gauge, among others. As part of this larger vision to go beyond conventional education, Kmct creates platforms that promote collaboration, exposure, and exchange of ideas. Kmct Converge is one such initiative designed to bring academia and industry together. The grand inauguration of Kmct Converge will take place later this afternoon in the gracious presence of Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri V.D. Sadishan Sir. Owing to his official schedule, the main inaugural ceremony has been arranged for the evening. However, as we have a full day of engaging session ahead of us, we shall formally commence this morning's program with the opening remarks by Dr. Nawaz KM, Chairman of Kmct Group of Institutions. Welcome, sir.
Dear guests who has come all the way from different parts of the country to attend Converge 2026, the principals of our group institutions, the faculty members, the management team of KMCT Group of Institutions, and my dear students. The Converge 2026 is the second edition of the program Converge, which was initiated last year by my late son Sahil Moidu. When we conceived this Converge event, it was for the purpose of improving the academia institute industry interaction for the students of Kerala. As we can see in the logo of Converge, there are 4 elements depicted there. The one element is to make sure that the placement of all our students are made 100% every year, repeatedly. And I'm happy to say that When our first batch student passed out from Kmct College of Emerging Technology, Calicut, with our combined effort with the Converge and the extra effort that has been taken by the management team and the faculty members and the training that we have provided, we could offer at least 2 placement positions for all the students who have passed out in this batch. That made us to do further, and as we have increased the capacity of admissions over the subsequent years, we thought that we will make the Converge event a bigger and bigger and bigger, so that all the students who are passing from Kmct group of institutions, forget the Kmct group of institutions, any other students who are passing out from Kerala is gainfully employed. That is element number 1. The element number 2 is we have to make a conducive atmosphere for the industries to set up campuses in Kerala, so that many of the people who cannot go out of Kerala to work due to various social and family reasons can work near home. And especially when the Kerala is becoming an aging population, parents are at home, students cannot go to California and work, the guilty feeling is always in them. Here in Kerala, we can to IIT Research Park or other research parks, and there we will have education, skill development, industry interaction, then the internships, and we will definitely incubate at least 200 startups in the next 5 years of time, and we have earmarked a minimum of 50 crores to be invested in those startups. Another area is the research, where we are trying to focus so that we move up the value chain. All the students and the faculty members move up the value chain, not just delivering or reproducing what is being produced in the West. We have to have products and processes which is comparable. We should have cutting edge technology compared to the Western Hemisphere. That is the element number 2. And element number 3 is we ourselves starting, Kmct group itself starting industries. As you all know, Kmct is well known for its medical education. In fact, people thought Kmct is only there in medical education, and in medical field, when we start a medical college, there is a hospital attached. And I'm proud to say that the Kmct Medical College Hospital is one of the pioneering hospital in the whole of Kerala. In a month, we do at least 50 cardiac surgeries. We do renal transplants. We have got approval to do liver transplant, heart transplant, and whatnot. So like that, in whatever area we are there, we are teaching the students in cybersecurity, in semiconductor technology, in AI, in LLMs. We have to have our own industry also. That is the element number 3. And regarding the element number 4, it is we are planning to encourage. We will go and meet, we will conduct roadshows, and we will present the land of Kerala to the bigger companies in India and abroad, including the multinationals, even in the Silicon Valley, who can establish their development centers, their GCCs in Kerala. They can enjoy the wonderful rain, they can enjoy the seaside, they can have wonderful food, and more than that, they can meet a lot of warm people, brilliant students, brilliant brains, and that is the whole purpose of Converge. So we will be expanding the scope of Converge further, and every year we will be organizing Converge in different campuses. Fortunately, this year, our new Chief Minister has said that he would like to visit the campus. He would like to officially inaugurate the Converge. So without much further words, I think we can start the deliberations, and thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. We have a full day lineup of engaging programs ahead of us. But before we look ahead to Converge 2026, let's take a moment to look back to Converge 2025. Many of us, majorly faculty and students, have attended Kmct Converge 2025. Rather than telling you myself how the previous edition was, I thought it would be more interesting if our students share their thoughts with us regarding Converge 2025. May I invite two of our students who have attended Converge 2025 to please join me on the stage for a brief interaction so that they can share their feedbacks about Converge 2025. Please, any two of you, please come forward. We have two smart girls here to share their thoughts regarding Converge 2025. Can you please introduce yourselves to the audience? I think you can stand there. No, so that
Hello. I am Nuha Muhammad Ishaq from Kmct IETM, who attended the Converge last year.
My name is Sandra R. and I am from Kmct IETM. I have also attended Converge 2025 and I am really excited about attending this year.
Thank you so much for coming. And Nuha, can I ask you, you were a part of Converge 2025. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Converge 2025?
Well, when I think of Converge 2025, the first thing or the first word that occurs to me is professionalism. Because as a management student, it was the first event that I attended in a corporate world. And it taught me a lot more what textbook could ever do. And like when I walked in, I was expecting some seminars and I would doze off. But it was something more interesting because I was impressed by how the leaders gave us guidance. And also there were a lot of professional leaders, HR and management professionals. And I remember the words of Aravind sir, who gave us many short forms emphasizing leadership. So the overall program was very grand. So I'm excited for what today has to unfold.
Thank you. And what about you, Sandra? Was there like any session or any speaker or any idea that you have taken back with you home last year after Converge 2025?
Definitely. The idea that stayed within me was that being industrial ready is very much different than having some technical knowledge. So I remember our HR leaders then were talking about how they or what are they looking in a graduate. That discussion literally changed my point of view of being career ready. So I started asking more questions for myself and I started interacting with new connections and I found opportunities and explored it. So that is something that will always stays within me from the last Converge.
Okay, thank you. And one more question to both of you. What are you looking forward to in Converge 2026? Like, what are your expectations of this summit?
I think the Converge 2026 has raised its own bar beyond our expectations because the way the agenda has been curated from the panel discussions to the new feature of reverse pitching, giving students an opportunity to come up with a solution, that's incredible.
Thank you. What about you, Sandra?
I actually expect something more than just having some sessions. So I believe that we are going to have conversations that might have sparks and interactions with our HR leaders present here and ask questions, have more interaction, meet people with similar interest. So I look forward to have a beautiful day, having beautiful session with these people.
Okay, thank you so much, both of you. Let's give them a round of applause for sharing their feedback about Converge 2025. Thank you, Nuha, and thank you, Sandra. So their experiences remind us that Converge, an event like Converge is merely not about attending sessions, it's about meeting new people that are not in your usual circles, and also discovering new perspectives and taking home ideas that may help you in your future. With those reflections, I wholeheartedly welcome all of you, the delegates and the dignitaries, to Kmct Converge Future Tech Summit 2026. Let's now move on to the first session of the day. We'll be having panel discussion 1 here at this venue, and simultaneously another session, a roundtable discussion on the topic redefining employability. How can industries and academia co-create learning pathways to build a day one ready workforce? This roundtable discussion will be taking place in the conference room of Pharmacy College. So the participants, the roundtable discussion participants are requested to move to the conference room of Pharmacy College. Thank you. And this stage is now being set up for an engaging conversation on the topic fostering human-centric professional capabilities in the age of AI. This session will focus on strengthening unique human capabilities such as critical thinking, creativity, communication, collaboration, and responsible decision-making, so as to ensure that technology continues to serve people and society. May I now invite our moderator for the discussion, Dr. Matthew C.D., Assistant Professor and Placement Officer, IIIT Kottayam, to come forward to the stage. I also invite our esteemed panelists to kindly come forward and take their seats for the discussion. Mr. Sathuvalli Bhargav, Mr. Prakash Natarajan, Mr. Hemant Kumar, Mr. Shivakumar Aditi, and Mr. Naveen Williams. Please come forward and take your seats. I would like to take a moment to introduce our moderator and panelists to the audience. Our moderator for the session is Dr. Matthew C.D. And he is an assistant professor and placement officer at the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kottayam. He is actively involved in academia, industry collaboration, student placements, career guidance, and skill development. A noted career columnist and author, he has written 25 articles on emerging careers, higher education, employability, and future technologies for leading publications including Malayalam Manorama, Madhrubhumi, The Hindu, The New Indian Express, and Vanita. A sought-after speaker on career planning and future skills, his interests include artificial intelligence, digital transformation, industry-academia collaboration, and workforce development. I welcome you, sir, to the session. Next, I would like to introduce one of our panelists, Mr. Sathuvalli Bhargav. He is an HR professional and MBA gold medalist from Alliance University, currently serving as HR team lead, talent planning and operations at Accenture, supporting the Nordic region and the Netherlands. With a multidisciplinary background in engineering, project management, and HR, he has received several prestigious recognitions, including Jombe HR 30 Under 30, Young HR Leaders of India 2025, and the winner of IAA 2025 Indian Achievers Award. He is also passionate about mentoring, leadership, and community service. I welcome you, sir, to the session. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Prakash Natarajan. He is a seasoned human resource leader with over 25 years of experience in HR strategy, talent management, organizational development, and business partnering. He has successfully led people transformation initiatives, leadership development, and culture building programs across diverse industries. Recognized for aligning HR strategies with business goals, he is passionate about fostering high-performing teams and driving organizational growth through people-centric leadership. I welcome, sir, to the panel discussion. Next, we have Mr. Hemant Kumar Ravi. He is an HR leader with over 19 years of experience in HR strategy, talent management, and organizational transformation across diverse global industries. He is a vice president of human resources at Tenerai, and he leads human-centric, AI-driven HR initiatives, GCC setup and scaling, and workforce transformation. With extensive international exposure, he is committed to aligning people strategies with business goals and building future-ready, high-performing organizations. I welcome you, sir, to the panel discussion. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Shivasundar Aditi to the audience. Mr. Shivasundar Aditi is an HR professional with more than 9 years of experience in talent acquisition, employee referrals, recruitment operations, and HR analytics. Currently, he is a part of the HR Center of Excellence at Emphasis, driving strategic hiring initiatives. His expertise include talent acquisition and recruitment, AI in HR and HR analytics, career development and employability, and personal branding and corporate readiness. I welcome you, sir, to the panel discussion. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Naveen William. Mr. Naveen William is a talent acquisition professional with over 9 years of experience in campus recruitment, university relations, and early talent engagement. He has successfully led large-scale campus hiring initiatives, built strong industry academia partnerships, and recruited talent from partner institutions including IITs and NITs. He's passionate about mentoring young professionals. He actively guides students in enhancing their industry readiness and career prospects. Committed to innovative hiring practices and talent development, he strives to connect exceptional talent with meaningful career opportunities. I welcome you, sir, to the panel discussion. And thank you. With that, I now hand over the session to Dr. Matthew to lead the discussion on the topic, Fostering Human-Centric Professional Capabilities in the Age of AI. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, one and all. First of all, I would like to thank for the nice introduction. And it is a heartening thing to see a lot of students are participating in this session. Thanks for your interest and thanks for coming down here. And in spite of this hostile weather conditions, I could see a good turnout. It is really an encouraging sign. And before starting with this panel discussion, we should thank Kmct for arranging such a grand function and also finding out this contemporary and relevant topic, because AI is being talked everywhere. In every nook and corner, you could find AI, because people are talking about AI. Because just before starting with the session, I just want to share an example. Based on the PM3 project, we got students from Kendriya Vidyalaya and Navodaya Vidyalaya for exposure visits, and I was assigned to take a session for them. It was sometime in 2023. As you know, ChatGPT got introduced in November 2022. And I was wondering what I can talk to the school kids, because I started my teaching career as a postgraduate teacher, because I never had any experience in talking to school kids. I just asked them, do you really use ChatGPT? Because it was sometime in 2023. To my surprise, in presence of their teachers, they told, sir, we all use ChatGPT for submitting assignments. So I was a bit surprised, because as a placement officer, I am close to some of the students. I just told them that these school kids are using ChatGPT for submitting assignments. Then they said, sir, it is not a big deal. Here students are using ChatGPT even for writing love letters. So ultimately nobody can take the ownership. It is written by a chatbot. Okay. So I wanted to ask each of you to just talk for 2 minutes. It is an ice-breaking session. Do you really think AI will take away some jobs? You can just tell about your aspirations, hopes, fears, concern. It's a simple question, an icebreaker, same question to everyone, because I am not good at remembering names. So let us start with Mr. Sadhuvalli Bhargav. I am sorry if my pronunciation is wrong. Okay.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning. So for this question, I want to talk from the student's perspective because 4 years back I was on the other side of the table. So in my current role as a team lead at Accenture, 60% of my work is an individual contributor work, and 40% is out of something like leading the team. Now, for the question in terms of AI going to replace the humans or going to be there, no, I can strongly say that AI is not going to replace the humans, but it's going to replace someone who is not going to collaborate with the AI. For example, I start my day using a lot of analysis and all. I'll give a very basic example when I have an Excel and then I put a pivot analysis previously and try to understand what's going on and all. Now, my Microsoft Copilot is going to do all those things within a few seconds. Similarly, graphs and charts and all, whatever you are making, again. Now, where human involvement is there in all these cases, what's happening in terms of accuracy over there? Human has to check it over there. Validations of what the data is there and how you are going to say this is the correct one over there. Validations has to be done by the human. How you are communicating to get a proper output, the prompts, whatever you are providing to, which other tool might be. It might be Claude or it might be ChatGPT or Copilot. Again, the human has to give a proper prompts over there. At the end, in terms of any sort of a decision making, I can say strongly human has to be involved and take that accountability. So definitely AI will not be replacing the human, but people who are not collaborating with the human, with AI, and for their productivity to increase, I can say those kind of roles, I don't say roles, the person has to come out of that particular area. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sadavalli Bhargav, for the excellent inputs. Now, shall we go to Mr. Prakash Nadarajan, the same question.
Hello. So, in my view, actually, right, like what Sarvali Balakrishnan just said, AI is not going to replace humans. It's going to replace the mundane tasks, was everybody regularly doing it. So, the roles are going to get evolved. People who are doing mundane tasks will start looking from a strategic perspective, right? And there's going to be a lot of churn in the industry in terms of how the role itself is going to be looked into it, right? So, like I said earlier, it's a right question, in fact, Matthew. So, AI, if you ask me, it cannot replace humans because that requires a lot of, for example, in the task can be done by the AI, but the ultimate output to be decided with the human-in-the-loop intervention, right? Without human-in-the-loop intervention, especially for my role, for example, if you take HR operation or anything, that requires a lot of insight seeing of every task, right? I can automate the attendance, I can automate the leave using AI, but if a person is absent for more than a couple of days or thing, I need to drill down as to what made him to be absent in the work. That AI cannot do. He may be met with an accident, he may be done with something. That empathy feel and everything only human can do. But the inferences of that as a data come from AI.
I have a doubt. Is it possible for an AI tool to do large projects? Because I teach operations and supply chain management in class because it's a decision-making problem, economic order quantity problem, and it's a lengthy problem. After doing it manually, I tried using ChatGPT. What happened is that half of the session it is correct. After the half, it goes to an entirely different direction.
That we call it as prompt engineering, Matthew.
Okay.
See, everything depends upon the prompt what you give. If you ask me, I am 25 years experience now, but I started learning vibe coding. I have created 7 agents myself.
Good,
I have
fine.
learned, I have created in the last 6 months because that is the expectation from the management being in a global operations head.
Congrats. Okay.
Correct. So the moment you know how to do the prompting properly, that is a basic in any of the first step to AI, I would say. Maybe my fellow colleagues can vouch to that. If you give the right prompt, what is the expected outcome you are looking for, then it takes only few minutes. Even if you see today, there is always a disclaimer in the Claude or ChatGPT. Claude can only give to a certain limit, but again it has to be reviewed. They put a mark over that, which means again there is a human in the loop intervention that is required before you use the outcome for some process changing or anything. So maybe you have to relook how the prompt works. So there needs to be a role, there needs to be a scope, there needs to be an objective, there needs to be an outcome. So these 4 parameters, first you have to drill down from your thought and logical process, write it down and put that into the Claude. The outcome will be proper for you.
That means chances of error are minimal.
Very, very minimal.
Very minimal. Okay, fine. It is a new experience for me. And shall we go to Mr. Hemant Kumar?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Same question, right?
Yes.
I hope the mic is working. Hello. Okay. I hope I'm audible. Thanks and thanks for inviting us to the campus. On this question about AI, I think we'll have to take a step back and understand how the evolution of industry has happened. Like, an era back, if you go, there was AI, ML. Prior to that, there was a revolution of wheel, steam engineering, and Industry 4.0 we are sitting in. Every time a new revolution is happening, people have this thing that, I'm getting used to of AI, I'm getting used to of automation, RPA. I think people will get used to. Human will always be improvising. I think that's the key thing as a process of evolution. AI will replace people who are not using AI. I think in a nutshell I can say that, because the roles are augmented now. The same role is evolving. You are supposed to use AI, agentic. In fact, AI is a very generic term to use, if I can say so. There is agents who are agentic AI, and there are AI agents. So we'll have to understand the RRM, racks we were talking about, the LLMs we were talking about. People have to go much more deeper now. They have to talk about the tokenization of the usage that we are talking about. It's been a year. We were AI, Gen AI, agentic AI. So this thing is evolving very fast. ChatGPT is not the best of the LLM, if I can say so. People should be using Claude, Claude Cover, Claude Space. The things are evolving faster than people are anticipating right now. If it is in the context of students or industry, you'll have to see in which context we are talking about. Our role in our organization, what we are doing is forward deployed engineer. Earlier, there was a concept of full stack developer. They need to know the front end, back end, and the middleware, everything in between, API layer and all. Now we expect them to be the tech guys who are coding. They should be able to create agents. They should know the industry and domain they are solving problem for. So like the way you said, operations, supply chain management, HR, finance, they need to know the domain. And that's too much for business or engineering folks to understand, because they have been told to code. But why to code is important. So the moment you have decoded why I'm doing what I'm doing, then how is just a part of the process that you will evolve to. So my nutshell, if I can say so, AI is gonna stay. People who adopt and keep human in the loop, and there's a concept of human ingenuity. No matter what AI is throwing at you, there will be hallucination, there will be kind of, distractions. Proper prompting is needed. There is a context setting, there's a role setting. You have to be critique. So Claude will question you that why don't you think like this? Do you need it for your CHRO or do you need it for your board members? So we have to really contextualize in what segment. So they say, content is the king, context is the kingdom. So you really need to know why you are solving what you are solving for. So AI is going to stay, and people who actually use it to their advantage will move faster than the rest of the crowd.
Absolutely correct. Okay. Earlier we used to talk about English fluency. Now we used to think about AI fluency. Okay, fine. And next person, Mr. Shivasundar Aditi.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Thanks for inviting us for this event.
Bit closer.
Okay. Can you all hear me now? Yeah, okay. So answer to your question is definitely no, sir, because the thing is, see, AI can help you in giving you the answers, or AI can screen profiles, a number of profiles in seconds. But the final decision will be taken by humans only. The error percentage in giving the correct prompt will be more, and the final decision will be taken by humans. So definitely no, AI will not replace humans.
AI is only a helping tool. It cannot exactly replace. Okay, fine. I totally agree with you. And anything else to add?
No, see, we need to adopt to AI, but the thing is, every day we need, in the current technology period, we need to learn every day. See, today AI is the hot thing, within next 2 years, there some other skill will come, and we need to learn that also. Because learning, we need to learn, or we need to relearn everything. Unlearn and relearn.
Okay. We are just talking about AI may replace human beings. You are telling that even AI may get replaced.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Fine.
We are
Because
into that era only.
Now,
I'll just need to add upon what Harsh rightly said. Actually, AI has already started replacing AI. We started
Okay.
with traditional AI that
Okay.
took over by Gen AI. Gen AI has already been taken over by agentic AI. So there is a big of war between the AI itself. So which company, which industry trying to adopt which type of AI has become very important today. So now, whoever is using traditional AI, they migrated directly to the agentic AI. Bye. Thanks. Sorry to interrupt.
thank you. And last but not least, you have got vast experience, Mr. Naveen Sahaya William. And after this, again, you can expect one more question from my side to you, because your experience is really interesting, recruiting from IIT and NIT. And what have you got to say, Mr. Naveen?
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to give an example of what they've said from an employee's perspective. People who use AI will be a lot quicker. So one of the AI trainers that we had, he came to us and said, if you're working for 40 hours a week, with the help of the AI agents, I'm going to make sure that all of you are going to work 32 hours. You work, the time that you spend 40 hours now should be 32 hours. That's my target. So one of my recruiters immediately came and said, sir, they're moving from 40 to 32 hours, which means if 5 people are working there, they're going to make it as 4. That's the immediate thought he had. And our answer to that was, yes, AI is going to reduce the time that we're going to have for work. The next question to you is, what are you going to do with the remaining 8 hours? A lot of people don't think in that perspective. You're going to have extra time. What are you going to do? We asked that question to every recruiter in the room. And they were like, I'm going to improve more on candidate engagement. I haven't concentrated on that because I didn't have the time to do it. So when AI is going to make your work span shorter, it's up to you on how you're going to be more optimal in the remaining time you have, rather than think in a way where one person is going to be left out of the team. It's about what are you going to do with the remaining time. So that's critical when it comes to how AI and humans work together.
Okay, thank you very much. Students are there, because I am going to ask you a question that may be interesting to them.
To add, just want to add one point. Sir was saying ChatGPT, or the tool whichever has given for the economic order quantity, halfway it was good and halfway remaining was not actually the correct way the AI has provided the output. Now, what exactly from the student's perspective, if you say, this is what companies are expecting in terms of your critical thinking. Why is it happening? What is the reason for that? What kind of prompt you have given, or what you communicated to that agent over there? And to be frankly to say, even the inauguration time or now, I just got one point. The recent Mercer report also said only 42% of Indian graduates are actually employable. And the top 3 areas also in that way the improvement required is first is on in terms of critical thinking. Because most of the times we are getting the output from these tools. But why is it happening? How is it happening? What are the reasons? What is the source? Somewhere we are not going in depth of that. I think critical thinking is one of the main important aspects from the students, what we expect over there even during the placements or during at the workplace as well. That's what.
Okay, thank you. And the next question goes to Mr. Naveen Sahaya William. Actually, students are there. It may be interesting to the students. We used to say about ATS-friendly resumes, application tracking systems. And some students used to say that I never experimented with it, to be frank and honest. Students used to say that, say for example, if you have done a paid internship, it gives some 3 points. So what are the items really required in an ATS-friendly resume?
When it comes to ATS, it is respect to the particular JD. So
Just for your information, I am saying that these days, initial level resumes are screened by chatbots. Okay, it is known as application tracking system. Shortly, it is known as ATS, because ATS has got a format. Okay.
Thank you. It is completely based on the respective JD. So it will search for the keywords. If we give any particular points should be verified in the resume, it will go ahead with it. And students are pretty smart. Like I have a same student sending me 3 different resumes for 3 different roles. They are going to put it in ChatGPT and get it updated. And there are also exclusive resume building websites. So there's a website called Zety, Z-E-T-Y. that builds your resume as per the prompts that you give, right? So, and students are utilizing it at a higher stage. And I'll also give an example of how smart the students are. There was once I got a ATS score of 100 for a particular resume. And when I saw the resume, I couldn't find the keywords, but it's giving 100. I know the machine's not making a mistake. So out of honesty, I asked him, how are you making it 100? He gave the reason. He put some of the keywords at the bottom. He hid it using white font. So when the recruiter looks at it, I can't see the font, but it is being detected by the AI, right? So they go above and beyond to crack the code. But in most of the companies, for freshers, we are not using ATS detection. In campus teams, they directly go through it. Only if the number is huge, like if there are 1,000 profiles that we have, we obviously can't go through them all. At that time, we use ATS. But ATS is predominantly being used for lateral hiring as of this moment.
Lateral hiring. Okay, and one more thing is that when I interact with the HR professionals from Info Park, Techno Park, they used to visit the campus. And they used to tell me that we are developing a pilot project. Even the initial interview could be taken by chatbots using keywords. How do you think about the veracity of such?
It depends upon what they are evaluating. A lot of these companies, they evaluate the first level predominantly for their communication skills, right? The one level of communication assessment will be done by the bot, and based on that, they will qualify the candidate for the second level. If you ask me how accurate it is, to a certain extent it is. For example, it is able to detect the words that you say, whether it is grammatically correct, how is the flow. It gives me a score for all those things. And some of the companies are outsourcing that first level. There is a company called Incruiter. Their little job is to interview people in the first level, give a scorecard to the companies, and we take the second level interview, right? So it has been efficient. It has been going on since 2025. We have been using Incruiter for about 1.5 years now. So month on month, not even year on year, month on month, they are including new products, making it even better. So it is efficient, but we are using it only for one level to reduce the crowd and take the best of the lot. So I hope it stays at one level as of now, but as of this moment, that's the story.
I'll add on to it if I may.
Yes.
So, since I come from people tech transformation analytics space, none of the prompt or none of the tools are more than 70-75% accurate. The consistency or the accuracy or confidentiality score may be 70 to 75%. If you understand GPT, it stands for generative, pre-trained and transformative. That means it itself is evolving. So there's a version 3.0, 4.0. Right now Claude has Opus something. So they are themselves evolving. Same goes with ATS. So there are various ATSs in the market. I don't think the intent of students should be to command or be smarter than the ATS, because now the recruiters are going to the ChatGPT, creating their JDs using the ChatGPT. Students are going to ChatGPT, creating their CV using the ChatGPT. So the mix can be 80%, 90% success rate. Point here is which company I want to focus, which role I want to focus, and the narrative has to be a journey. Like, LinkedIn is a very powerful platform right now. Freshers or lateral, jobs will not come through that, or even internship you're talking about. The internship will not come, paid, unpaid, doesn't matter. Be in the community, solve for the problem that are there. Don't wait for a paid internship. Just, and don't do random, I have 40,000 followers on LinkedIn. It doesn't mean anything. If you have the right set of problem statements, keep writing your essays, your synopsis, your theory, whatever you have worked with your leaders, in the academia space. And if you can get that eyeball of the person or the company, tag that company and say, this is the problem I'm solving for. So see, if I'm here, there are 200 odd folks. In the market, there are 10 lakh students pass each year. Of that, only 1.5 lakh, which is less than 15%, get the role of their choice, what they studied for in last 3 year, 4 year. Now 3 year, 4 year journey is a lot of time. In 1 year, 4 versions of ChatGPT has come in. So think the space and the pace at which Murphy's Law, at the pace at which, things are changing. These guys can't wait for 4 years and then think that, am I market ready? We expect people to come solve business problem for me. So the immediate thing that I do is write a case study. Tell me what you are going to come to this company and solve. We are looking at ownership. Someone spoke about critical thinking. I will talk about human ingenuity. Are you really hands-on? Can you create agents? So more than thinking, can I outsmart ATSs, the intent should be, am I relevant to the industry and company I'm targeting? I mean, that's my honest submission.
Yes.
I second to just what Hemant said. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
So we have come across, see, you can create resumes. You can create internship resume. You can create a fresher resume. Even experienced person can do. But can you talk in a direct face-to-face interview? What is the, today I'll tell you what the problem is. You take the freshers or the laterals, even 5 years, 10 years experienced people, they just use ChatGPT, just few prompts, or take some random sampling profile, upload it, and they wanted to create their profile. But when I'm having a direct interaction, they're not able to articulate what they have done, and they failed there.
Absolutely
So now
correct.
you know what I've done?
Absolutely correct.
You know what I've done?
Yes.
I created a resume analyzer agent. What the agent does it? Any profile that comes, I just put it in that agent. The agent tells me whether the person has used ChatGPT or Claude, to what extent of that content, 70%, 80% ChatGPT or Claude he has used. Because that determines whether I need to even go to that candidate resume. Because he has not adopted his logical skills or mindset. If I'm not able to articulate what I have done properly in the paper, then I can't go and attend the interview in face-to-face. I fail. ChatGPT can give, that's what I said, right? ChatGPT can give whatever you want. I can become a doctor. I can prepare a doctor resume, but am I a doctor? No, I'm a human resource, right? So that's what. Today the problem is, people are thinking they are smart, they're doing something, and there are people like company hiring people like us to be over smart to handle, right? So I created a BGV analyzer agent where it takes just less than a minute to identify the red and amber for what summary it gives us. Previously, my turnaround time for every BGV report to be analyzed given was 1 hour. Today, I'm doing it less than 5 minutes. So my team is doing more productivity. I'm not reducing the headcount. I have a team of 20 people, and everybody have 8 hours of their thing to more focus on training, development, their own personal and communication skills. That's what Naveen rightly said. What is that the free time you're going to do yourself to do it, right? And one particular advice to all the youngsters, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta that is going to come is, communication is a key factor, adaptability is a key factor, ownership is a very, very key factor, which I see not much in today's generation. You don't own what you started, right? Hook or crook, the delivery has to be met, right? If the deadline is not met, then the project cannot be completed on time. So these 3 things are very, very vital for you guys. Focus on that. ChatGPT can be only used as a means to you, but it cannot overtake your logical thinking. The moment it takes over your logical thinking, you lose it. Then your own chat, if I make 2 of a Gen Z's people sit here, you can't communicate with both of you. You go to ChatGPT, ask what I'm supposed to talk to Hemant. Hemant will say, he asked me this question, what should be the answer? No. That is not ChatGPT or Claude is for. Please, I see a change. Don't get into that kind of a change is my request. Look into how that can enable you in the career path. Maybe we can talk more. I have some leapfrog technique which I can talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. It is quite interesting to hear. Now, I just want to say ask one more thing from the student's point of view. When I used to go to class, because I finished just 10 minutes before the schedule, and students used to ask me, sir, do we need to study something else? We are really concerned whether it would really affect our future, or is there any chance for software jobs in the future, or what shall we do, or what shall we do? Okay. And Mr. Sivasundar Aditi, and have you got any advice to the students that in an AA era to alleviate their fears?
Yeah. See, it's not an advice. See, what I can suggest them is, they need to learn AI. In current day, they need to learn it, and they need to learn it correctly. Other than, see, instead of giving a small prompt and getting the result which is giving and copy pasting it in some other, maybe in their resumes or anything, they need to give the correct prompt and get the results done. See, I'm into employee referrals, and what the thing is, I generally build relationship with the employees, because the thing is, first thing what I can build is it's trust. The trust with the employees they are having on me and in my process. So after that, the thing is, it's adaptability.
So they can manage in an AI era.
Yeah, they will manage.
Okay, they will manage.
The thing is, they need to learn it correctly.
Matthew, actually, they are here to manage AI era. We only need to adopt, right?
Okay.
Because we are some leaders. So,
Like some of the HRs are even fearful that their job may get replaced by AI. Okay.
like what rightly said, no, Naveen, everybody said. See, none of the jobs are going to get replaced. See, today we are not hiring for a resume. We are hiring for the role and the capability for the role. Just before talking about a leapfrog technique, what it took me, like Matthew, for you, me, and some of these generations, 20-25 years to come up this ladder, will be much easier for a 5-year or a 10-year experienced person if he's really adapted to AI.
Okay, fine.
That is the only change.
Okay, fine. Now the question goes to Sadhuvalli Bhargav, where we started. Okay. Actually, the thing is that adolescents, or shall we say children aged below 14, have been banned from using social media in certain nations, certain countries. Okay. Because what do you think about banning children in using AI? Because especially to a certain extent, it affects their creativity, innovative mindset. So do you really think that people, at least till the age of 14, have to be kept away from using AI?
So this is a good question. Recently I was reading an article. I read a lot of articles, HBR reviews and all. 40% of the LinkedIn, the posts or the data, whatever presented or posted by the various, LinkedIn portfolio people are from ChatGPT directly, first and foremost. Now, to be frankly, to say from my perspective or in terms of like creativity wise, it has to be from the human side. Okay, so I use for the recognitions and rewards portal, a lot of recognitions happens through with the help of the cloud and as well as the Microsoft Copilot. But what I need to specify or what I want to give it to them, not a generic but a specific thing, the human has to provide their inputs. So in terms of creativity, how you want to put it, how the story format has to be there, how you want to communicate, it has to come from the human. But in terms of supporting, as I mentioned in the first question also, now also, collaboration or an enabler or a catalyst sort, you need to use this tech or AI part. And using the social media, second thing, I strongly recommend the people to use the platform to learning wise, as already mentioned, connecting with the like-minded people, because 2020, I think the Deloitte report say, I think in organizational behavior also, one of the area, what are the top qualities of a manager? It used to be first point in terms of the communication, but now it has replaced it by networking. The more networking, the more you be with the people who are the part of your, might be whichever the area you're working for, it will be easy for you to understand the things. And at the same time, in terms of AI collaboration, in knowing over there what's happening in that current particular domain, it's very important to use the social media, but you should be clear in terms of why you are using, what is the purpose of that. And in terms of creativity, as I mentioned, again, the inputs has to come from the human. Only AI is going to be a catalyst or an enabler, that's it.
Okay, thank you. It is a different perspective. Now the next question goes to Mr. Naveen Sahaya William. And Government of India has got a robust cyber security policy. That means cyber security violations are treated very seriously. Cyber police stations are there. You can even ring up 1930. And Prime Minister has got a scheme called Cyber Commandos. We had trained them up for around 6 months along with IIT Madras and IIT Kharagpur. Some 6 institutes were identified, and I was also part of that. I had arranged industry visits for them in IBM Kochi, CDAC Bangalore, and as well as UST Tiruvandhuram in their cyber divisions. So sub-inspector level police officers were trained from Kashmir to Kerala. There were around 30 people. It was a 6 months residential program, but there is a system called the report cyber crimes, okay, but we don't have any AI police stations anywhere. Okay, do we really need to start something to formulate policy and guidelines for AI. If policies are going to be there, who should frame it? Governments, NGOs, global organizations, or even IT companies? Who can really bell the cat?
First of all, inside the IT companies for these issues, we have a team called AI governance. We have an exclusive team called AI governance.
Sorry, AI?
Governance. AI
Okay,
governance.
okay.
Right? It is to identify whether there are hallucinations, whether they are biased, because the data that is fed to the AI is still biased. So there is a possibility that the AI would be biased in those situations. So in order to manage that, there is a team called AI governance. And it will be integrated with the security measures. It will start from corporate, it will go outside. If I'm not wrong, already the cybersecurity teams are taking up the cases with respect to AI morphed images which are outside. It is still being reported to the cybersecurity. So the cybersecurity team can have a division of AI governance. We will have an AI governance separately in cybersecurities across. And it is a growing trend as well. In most of the job resumes with respect to AI role, AI governance is a must nowadays. They are also asking us examples. Have you solved an AI issue? Have you come across an AI bias before? How have you resolved it? So AI governance will become a critical factor and it will become a part of a lot of cybersecurity divisions as well.
Okay, fine, nice answer. Now,
Matthew, sorry, I can't stay quiet. That's a very good question. I wanted to answer that.
Okay.
Really, thanks for
Thanks for
Can I
your
take
compliment.
2 minutes, can I have?
Thanks. 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
Okay. So, see, always any AI can go rogue, right? Because AI is studying by itself what to do, what next. That is agentic AI does.
Okay.
You give a thread, it makes a cloth. You give a cloth, it makes a, like that it goes, right? So, even in our own company, when you directly ask, is AI is going to replace humans, I'm just connecting to that. It's creating more roles. There's a role within cybersecurity coming as AI governance, AI monitoring, and AI action team. There are 2-3 teams that has been recently formed. Most of the IT companies also started doing, apart from your cybersecurity team. So the role has evolved. There's a need for people with that expertise to fill these roles. This is again going to come from this team. Because they are learning AI, they're using AI, they know what the AI can do, to what extent it can go rogue, everything they know, and how to control it also they know. So I'm just coming back to your first question where you asked, is it going to replace humans? It's creating roles. Just want to add to it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. And just a minute, because I'm sorry, and I will give you the chance to answer the next question. Okay, because I am completely focusing it from the point of view of students. Okay, just think that 2 students are going to attend a campus placement interview. Both of them are having the same academic pedigree, and projects are same, technical skills are same, but one person gets selected, the other person gets rejected. The reason is that the other person is able to articulate things effectively. In other way, the soft skills are good. Okay, and soft skills cannot be exactly defined. Say for example, it can be your listening skill, your communication skills, empathy, and the way you put it across. A lot of things are there. And we all heard about Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, have you ever heard about Eastern Kentucky University? There is a university called Eastern Kentucky University, and Professor Marcel M. Robles is known as the pioneer in corporate communications, and she had a paper published in Communication Quarterly. It is all about 10 soft skills which are keen on the workplace, which have to be taken care in the workplace. The companies really look for 10 soft skills. Okay, and what is the relevance of soft skills in an AA era or in an AA-driven workplace? And obviously, Mr. Hemant Kumar, I would like to hear from you.
See, I'll try to summarize the last 3-4 questions. We are living in a VUCA or Bani world. Okay, it's highly volatile, uncertain, complex, and anxiety-driven. I come from a tier 3 city. No one will know Singrauli, Ranchi. Life was simple. Kendriya Vidyalaya schooling. Dad was in Coal India. My job was simple, to get a grade so that I get a job. Nothing has changed since then in that generation. Now, current generation, people have money. Their parents have seen money. They have houses. They have cars. their level of motivation has decreased because the basics are met. In that context of thing, when you're saying soft skill, there is no concept of soft skill. It's power skill. You need to sustain in the market the sense of ownership, the sense of urgency to tackle situation, come up with a new perspective, innovativeness, creativity. These are not soft skills or HR skills. These are power skills to sustain in the market. If you have to really survive amongst 10 lakh employees, students, if I have to pick 2,000 employees, how will I go about? India has a demographic dividend. There are 60% or 45% of folks less than 25 year aged. It's very easy for me to, cut the grass from the wheat. Just have these kind of ATSs and solve for it. So my point here is academia, the faculties. When was the last time they themselves got, the pedagogy being revised? When was the last time they created agent? When was the last time they went to industry and solved something for the industry? The MDP program that they run, it's the same range of the kind of academy that is there. Why IITs, IIMs have the ownership of creating the curriculum? I've gone to 50 plus colleges in the last 6 months. Chitkara University in North, if you talk about IITs and IIMs, IIT Madras, they have their dedicated labs for R&D. They have NVIDIA graphics CUDA lab, which each, the GPU comes at around 1 to 2 crore. They are able to invest because they are invested in children or students, the pedigree that is coming out of my campus. If I am getting 16 lakh rupees per student per campus, I better give them a job of 8 lakh rupees. My time, my MBA program was 5 lakh rupees. I got the ROI within 2 months going to Dubai and got the ROI. Today, the same student has to pay 16 lakh to 50 lakh to get a degree. And the job they will get at the same miniature 3 lakh rupees. 20 years back, BTech I got from Manipal. I got this, first job of 3.5 lakh. Today also, a tier 2 college is fetching the same job at 3.5 lakh. In 20 years, if you had invested in gold or land, it would have appreciated 100 times. Why the hell job or the salary of the students is not increasing in India?
The typical wavelength of our Gen Z kids. Okay.
So, the ownership is multilateral. It's not students' problem. It's academia, industry, the bureaucrats, the government, everyone has to solve for it. Is India just producing numbers or are they producing quality? 20 years of work X is not consistent across people, and 20 years of work X today is a liability. If you can do the same work with a 5-year ignited soul who can really solve for the business, I will bet on that guy. Why do I need to hire from HR? Someone who really knows the process, has understood the business context, able to do the hiring, I better hire from there. So basically, the era of knowledge worker is gone. That means your degree doesn't mean anything to me. You're an IITian or a tier 3 college, doesn't mean anything to me. All it matters is your learning, applied learning. Can you create something? Can you solve for something? Is business relevant to your problem statement that you're trying to solve? Employees or students have to come ahead with that, I have a conviction what I'm solving for. And that comes when the entire education system is overhauled. The teachers better start doing something in the colleges. The colleges start hiring people from the industry. There's a concept of professor of practice. It has to be really, otherwise, same point of pedagogy. I used to study this diode, triode and all from the same school, MBA. I had studied from same Stephen Robbins book. 20 years back, if I go to same college, the same book that they are teaching. So it's a real overhaul that is needed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the nice inputs. And as we all know, we are going behind the schedule. Thanks for your excellent participation. I believe it was a lively discussion, and I hope that there may be some takeaway for the audience. And now the session is just open for 1 or 2 questions. Please don't ask more than 2 questions because we are already going behind the schedule. Questions can be asked to the panelists, if you have any.
The first question is always the boldest question. So the person that will raise and ask the first question is the boldest in this entire, crowd. Yeah, go ahead. You need a mic or something?
Please,
come forward, take the mic.
Give him a cordless mic.
So tell us your name, the program that you are studying, and your question. Do you have the mic?
Sir, myself is Asjal Akram and I'm from Kmct ATM. I'm an artificial intelligence and data science student, and my question is that if I'm too good in using AI and AI softwares for programming and problem solving in almost all sectors like data science, data analysis and everything, what is the relevance of a student who is getting selected instead of doing all these things manually? I mean, if a student is too good in using AI,
You have to have a T-shaped learning or a U-shaped learning. So T-shaped learning means you need to know technology. So you have to be a great software developer engineer. That's the basic. That means you need to know the Java or .NET. Okay, so you have to be good at coding. Okay. Second is you have to be great at creating agents. So that goes without saying, because we save a lot of time. The same job that was happening in 40 hours, now the client is asking us to do in 2 hours. How will that have? So you have to automate, do RPA, do bit of AI. So second pillar is agentic AI, knowledge. Third, I told you need to know domain and industry that you're solving for. And finally, the power skills that we are talking about. Can you convince the client? Can you talk to the client confidently? Do you have the exec's presence? When you are sitting in front of the client, can you dictate term? Do you have that aura that we are talking about? Gen Z keeps talking about aura, infinity and all, right? Same aura we are referring to. So you need to have that 4 quadrant. You have to be deepened in one of the skill. Either you are a great agentic AI engineer or you are a great developer. Okay. You can also be an industry expert. Like, sir is there from HR fraternity for 22 years. He brings HR knowledge. Now, entire hire to retire chain, he can give domain thing. So then all he needs is a team member who can create agents or a solution. So it's a T-shaped learning. Know the breadth of the knowledge and you have a deep domain expert into something. So that will solve, at least for the freshers. Anyone else?
Thank you. Now the floor is open for one last question. I repeat, the last question.
Maybe the lady this side, if it is okay.
So my question is to Mr. Prakash sir. I learned that AI agents are moving from answering questions to taking actions. So for us students, the skills of 2026 is agent management, knowing how right.
So please stay back. To present a token of gratitude to our panelists, may I invite Dr. Matthew CD to kindly do the honors of presenting the mementos. May I invite Mr. Sathuvalli Bhargav to come forward and receive the memento from Dr. Matthew. Thank you. May I now request Mr. Prakash Nadarajan to kindly come forward to receive the memento from Dr. Matthew. May I now request Mr. Hemant Kumar to kindly come forward to receive the memento from Dr. Matthew. Thank you. May I now request Mr. Shivasundar Aditi to come forward and receive the memento. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Naveen Williams to come forward and receive the memento. Now, to present a memento to our moderator, Dr. Matthew CD, I request Nava sir to come to the stage. Have a group picture together. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Guys, to all the students, what I spoke about the 7 agents that I created, all the 7 agents have been created by interns like you. I never had any experienced people to do this. It took 3 months for us to create all the 7 agents. So you have the capacity and capability. All is that the will to learn and execute. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, before we move to the next panel discussion, we have a short tea break. So as we are running late of time, let's take a small 5 to 10 minutes of tea break and get back to the auditorium, and we'll start with the panel discussion 2 after that. Thank you.
Check.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, hey. Check. Hey, hey. Check. Hey, hey. Check. Check. Hey. Check. Check.
Hello? We'll be commencing the next session in just a few minutes. So I request all the delegates to proceed to the auditorium once you have finished your tea. Thank you. I request all the delegates to proceed to the auditorium once you have finished your tea. We'll be commencing the next session in a few minutes. We'll be having panel discussion 2 here in the auditorium. We'll be having panel discussion 2 here in this auditorium. Simultaneously, another session, a roundtable discussion on the topic, Reimagining Talent Development, Aligning Academic Learning with Industry Expectations for Enhanced Employability. It will be taking place in the conference room of Pharmacy College. I request the participants of roundtable discussion to proceed to the conference room of the Pharmacy College. And also another session, reverse pitching, will also be conducted at Seminar Hall of Pharmacy College. It is in the second floor of Pharmacy College. The participants of reverse pitching, the students as well, the student participants are also requested to proceed to Seminar Hall of Pharmacy College for reverse pitching. Welcome back. Let's now move on to the second panel discussion of the day, titled Building Academia Industry Pipeline in Deep Tech and Frontier Areas. Building Academia Industry Pipeline in Deep Tech and Frontier Areas. This session focuses on creating stronger pathways between educational institutions and industry to develop future-ready talent. It will explore how curriculum, research, internships, mentoring, and collaborative projects can be aligned with emerging fields such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and advanced computing and other frontier technologies. May I now invite our moderator, Mr. Ashish Banka, for the discussion to Ashish Banka to come forward to the stage for the discussion. I also invite our esteemed panelists to kindly come forward and take their seats for the discussion. Ms. Anija Robert, Mr. Emmanuel Gosula, Ms. Supriya Vijay, and Mr. Solomon. Please come forward to the stage and take your seats. Thank you. Let me take a moment to introduce our moderator and other panelists to the audience. Today we have Mr. Ashish Banka as the moderator for this session. He is a senior HR executive with more than 17 years of leadership in HR strategy, HRIS implementation, GCC captive center setup, HRBP, talent acquisition, and private equity HR across technology startups, product and IT services, and Fortune 500 companies in India, US, Middle East, Vietnam, and China. He is an expert in HR digital transformation, OKR frameworks, M&A integration, IPO readiness, total rewards design, and DE&I. He is a multi-award-winning HR leader and TEDx speaker. He has experience in hospitality, technology, and logistics startups. I welcome you, sir, to the session. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Anija Roberts to the audience. Ms. Anija Robert is an HR leader with over 19 years of experience specializing in early talent acquisition, campus hiring, and strategic workforce development. She is passionate about building organizations through strong campus partnerships and identifying high potential talent that aligns with organizational culture and long-term business goals. Her expertise spans end-to-end campus recruitment, employer branding, talent strategy, and early career development. With a people-first approach, she is committed to creating diverse, high-performing teams and fostering sustainable organizational growth through strategic talent acquisition. I welcome Ms. Anija Robert to this session. Next, I would like to introduce our panelist, Dr. Emmanuel Gosula, to the audience. Dr. Emmanuel is an HR leader with over 20 years of experience in strategic human resource management, talent development, and organizational transformation. He's a senior manager, people partner, head of people programs and talent development at EPAM Systems. With expertise in business acumen, change management, and HR strategy, he's passionate about aligning people initiatives with business objectives to build future-ready organizations and drive sustainable growth. I welcome you, sir, to this panel discussion. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Supriya VS to the audience. Ms. Supriya VS is a talent partner at LendingCart with more than six years experience in recruitment and business partnering. Blending technical understanding with talent strategy, she specializes in building diverse teams across product, data science, engineering, and non-technical functions, along with driving campus hiring initiatives. She focuses on data-driven talent solutions, strategic hiring programs, and enabling organizational growth through effective people practices. I welcome you, ma'am, to this session. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Solomon Devavaram to the audience. Mr. Solomon is a global talent acquisition leader with over 23 years of experience driving talent strategy and building high-performing teams across India, North America, and many other countries. He has successfully led recruitment transformation and GCC hiring initiatives for global organizations including Microsoft, Hitachi, EPAM, Pactera, GSPAN, and Critical River. Known for his expertise in technology hiring, executive search, workplace planning, and DEI-driven talent strategies, Mr. Solomon partners with business leaders to build future-ready organization. He is a recipient of multiple HR leadership awards, and he is recognized for his strategic vision, operational excellence, and passion for developing world-class talent ecosystem. I welcome you, sir, to this session. Now, I extend my warm welcome to all the panelists, and now I hand over the session to Mr. Ashish Banga, who will lead the discussion titled Building Academia Industry Pipeline in Deep Tech and Frontier Areas.
Namaskara. Namaskara. Great to see you all. Thank you so much, Kmct, for calling all of us. Before I start, I request all of you to give a thunderous applause for your parents, for whom you are here. Thank you so much. I think the topic is very interesting, and I will like to, start with a very lighter note. I hope the mics are there with the students. I will request the volunteers. Anybody can stand up and just tell that how much of CTC are you expecting when you pass out from this college? I know I'm asking a very, a kind of question which will make you all interested and curious, but just two answers. Anybody from you, if you have the mics, volunteers? Do we have a volunteer here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, can you just ask any of the students randomly, what is the CTC they expect after they pass out from this college? Ma'am, you can give to anybody randomly. Just tell me the number, you don't have to do anything. Just tell me the CTC amount, which are you expecting? Yeah, what CTC are you expecting? What is the CTC are you expecting when you pass out from this college? Compensation. CTC means cost to company. What is the salary are you expecting? Salary, yeah. You're using a lot of HR terminology words. What salary are you expecting, ma'am?
Around more than 10.
10 LPA, okay, very good.
Yeah.
What is your good name?
Sani.
San, very good. Can we have somebody else? What salary are you expecting? Yeah? Yeah.
I expect about 12 lakh per annum.
Okay. Anybody who expects 50 lakhs per annum? Yeah. One guy, can you please stand up? Okay. What's your good name? He is expecting 50 lakhs per annum from this in university.
My name is Ashik Mohammed.
Okay, Ashik, how much are you expecting? 50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. Sir.
What do you do? What is your final year?
Sorry?
What is your education? Which year are you? What are you
I am final student in BTech, Artificial Intelligence. And
yeah,
Data
very
Science.
good. Out of the panelists who are sitting, do you know what our company does? Have you heard the name of any of our companies?
Not really, sir.
Not really. Very good.
Talent.
Now, that's it. Thank you so much. Let me come to the panelists, okay? Making it interesting. Emmy, can you tell what is the fresher hiring package you give in your company, MIPAM?
It is 8 lakh rupees per annum.
How much?
8 lakhs.
Okay. Over to you.
9 lakhs. 8.
Okay.
Between 6 and 8.
Our company gives 7.5 as an average. The question which I asked, now I will ask another question which you will. What is the package to an AI you will give in your EPAM if you hire from a pedigree IIT?
18 lakhs. 1-8.
1-8. IIT, 18 lakhs?
24 lakhs.
28 lakhs.
14 to 20.
It's around 16 lakhs.
So Ashik, where you will get 50 lakhs? Which company is giving 50 lakhs? The question comes, this comes to the real question which I will ask to the topic is about how a college and industry is doing to skill yourself. But the idea which I was talking to our panelists is not what we are doing or the college is doing. It's about your effort. The E is very important in that. If you do not do the E, there are people, people who are from Bihar, you will realize, state of Bihar, there are people, extreme poverty, studying in street lights and they are IAS. There are IMIs, IIMs and there are IITs, people who go without a job in this It is not about what a college or an institute is giving, it's about your effort. And today we will try to understand what is the right effort you can do today in your career to upskill yourself, because it is not only about your success, it's about the success of the institute, it's success about of your family, it's success about the ecosystem, where are you. So Emmy, my question to you, and I will ask all different questions to all of you. I know a lot of people are looking at my attire. I'm not from Kerala, please. I am from Rajasthan, but this is my first time in Kerala and first institute in Kerala, so I thought wearing something traditional. So, Emmy, my question to you is, today when you interview freshers and somebody clears a technical round and you have 5 people, what will you see in those 5 people if you have to select 3 out of 5? Because HR round, generally people do not get a lot of them rejected after technical rounds. But at freshers, what are the top 3 things you will look so that you have to eliminate 2 people out of 5 to select 3?
Great. In this weather, right, when the rain is giving us a pleasant environment, and thank you for warming up all the students and us and setting up the context. Ashish, if I have to pick one of the top 5, right, it boils down to the company which I am working for, what kind of customers and what kind of work the student will be doing on in the next 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. If I have to pick one of them, I look for someone who has a knowledge in understanding in today's demand from the business. Do they know the difference between a bot, an assistant, and an agent? If anyone can give me the answer here, what is the difference between a bot, an assistant, and agent? I will offer that person. Not right now. Anyone can give that answer?
We can ask the person, Ashik only. He is
Ashik?
asking,
Okay.
Ashik, 50 lakhs. Can you stand up and answer this question, please?
You can give it a shot.
No, so I tell you why. The payasam is sweeter if you put more jaggery. He's asking 50, so he should know, no?
It's okay.
Ashik?
Yeah, it's okay even if you can't hit the, bull's eye, you can give it a shot. What is the difference between a bot, an assistant, and an agent?
A bot, sir? Like a chatbot?
I don't know. I'm asking you a question.
So let's start with the agent. It is the most thing I'm impressed in. Agent is something that automates your work for you. They doesn't replace us, but it works on its own.
Okay.
Assistant is something we can keep asking it. It gives solutions.
Okay.
So a bot is something we give a prompt. They gives us the content that the bot knows.
Okay, thank you for trying. Anyone else want to talk about it? Or I can tell in one word, what is a bot? Bot is something which follows the rules. Okay, it follows the rules. Like your vending machine or coffee machine can give you coffee by following some of the rules. And the assistant, it helps you. Agent works for you. So I will select someone who can talk in this language and to be relevant to the organization where I am working for, Ashish, to answer your question.
Brilliant, Emmy. Thank you so much. I think this is the start, and let us move on with, Anija, when you started your campus hiring so many years back, the journey from who are you to how are you, people will asking you who are you when you started and how are you. What do you feel from a university hiring? You visit so many colleges across India, you see them doing that journey of 4 years of engineering. And I want you to be very relevant and honest. What is the difference between IIT does and NIT does, or some college of engineering in a state which is not as big as pedigree does? And what is the difference which the student makes in those institutions? One is competency, definitely, IIT, JEE rank. But apart from this, you would have seen success stories where non-pedigree colleges students are CTOs or VP engineering. What is 2 or 3 things which they do in their career in technology to become success?
Thank you so much for the question, Ashish. So I am a person who believes that the talent can come from anywhere. Okay, I do not specifically say that the top talent only stays in IIT or an NIT or KMCT. I would say talent actually is available everywhere. It can also be that the access that students have sometimes put them in a certain place. Given the atmosphere or the support to understand what is more relevant today in the industry and what makes them relevant, how they can actually contribute to the organization from day one against other colleges where they are so curriculum focused, where the organization today, you understand, has to invest certain time and training to make them industry relevant. That is a primary difference that I see. One of the key things that I would urge anywhere that I go to colleges is your industry preparedness does not start in the final year. It starts in the first year. So how you actually make yourself industry ready is by engaging in doing projects which is relevant, which is beyond your curriculum. Because curriculum is basically your fundamentals. It will make you fundamentally strong, but it may not be as relevant to the industry today. So your work as a student, if you want to be deployable at the end of your engineering, should start from the first year of engineering. So that's what I would say.
Thank you so much, Anj. I think that's a very brilliant point. She mentions that your success journey starts the day you step into the college, not on the last year of your college, but moving on. You come from lending cart as a young HR leader. When you want to take this forward, I want you to talk about mental and physical wellness. It is just not, so Amy talked about the technical, Anija talked about the effort, and then let us move on to the third very important aspect is mental and physical wellness. Can you please, how important it is for the success journey of a student?
Thank you. When it comes to, engineering students, so most of them will have a mindset of, so I want to get in to a well-known organization, I don't know how well you are prepared for that, So I've seen students, so if they're not getting placed, so they're mentally, not prepared for that, right? So they break down. So they don't see the career path beyond that, right? So that way, if you are keeping your mental and physical health, stable, so you are ready for any sort of challenges in terms of your personal life or your career life, right? So it is very, very important to have a stable mindset and have a schedule for your mental and physical stability to handle any sort of situation despite of despite of the kind of challenges or the issues what you're facing in your life.
Also to check, they don't know what questions I'm asking. We have not come prepared. So whenever asking them, they are also thinking, is this our test also? So I'm sorry to my co-panelists for putting them on the spot because Solomon, coming back to you, and this is my KBC to you. Most importantly, we talk
guy who can come back and say, hey King, what you're doing is wrong. In your life, you need to have a mentor who can not only say that you're good at it. For example, Solomon, Emmanuel, we both work together. One fine day when I'm doing wrong, Emmanuel comes up and says, hey Sol, I think this is not the way you need to do. So what happens is that, you will have somebody who can really tell where you're going wrong rather than not only helping what you can do. So if you look at somebody who's a senior, it may be a technology side, if somebody who's grown up the ladder, working for a corporate, they can be. It may be a father or a mother also. It depends upon how you want to grow. But what I think is there would be a lot of things where you can learn and, which would help a mentor can teach you. I think that's very important. That's what I say.
Very nice. I think before we move on to the last segment, and we want to give students to ask more and more questions because we will have a lot of stories. But you will be prepared with your questions and we are happy to answer and give you that time before we complete the last set of our questions. I want to tell you a story which is relevant to all of us and you will realize. A priest was praying to God the entire life. And one day he died in the footsteps. So he went up to God And he said that, what did I get in this life? I died in poverty. I was praying for you the entire. The God tried to pacify and said, no, I did everything what I could do with best of efforts in life. But still I failed. Failure does not come. It's like relevant to COVID, some people going through that agony of losing somebody, physical, mental. All these are not in your control, life and death. So the God told there is a black machine. It is a wishing machine. So the priest said, oh, this wishing machine did not fulfill my wishes. So the God told that this machine fulfills everybody who has life. Plants, animals, human beings. When your time came, you were sitting on the stairs and saying, life is so bad, better I die, and you died. It is your outlook, how you decide. There is always an effort which comes through, and this is what I want to talk about. For us to be closer to you, Emmanuel, if you can tell about your biggest failure in life, and how did you overcome that so that you still sit here and guide people, if you want to be little open and tell them that it is not a cakewalk which brings you here. Over to you.
As you said, none of these questions were discussed. He's really putting us on spot. So where did I fail? That's a really good question. I don't know where I failed. I'm trying to recollect while I speak. 3 years back, when I was heading India and APAC for my current organization, it's called EPAM Systems. I have to give this context. So in the meantime, I'm processing my situation, okay? I was focusing primarily on the business outcome, where I want to build this
Time I just wrote the test, but I got shortlisted and they did not. So I can say their destiny played a role where I took up that opportunity with Accenture. So, and then today I did my master's as latest as to 2025. You can check in my LinkedIn profile. I did my MSc in behavioral science. So learning for me has never stopped. Throughout my entire 19 years, it's not only in psychology, I also did a degree in fine arts because I'm passionate about painting and things like that. So for me, learning is a continuous journey and it still happens. And even today, I'm doing a course with ISB on HR analytics and AI for HR. So what that speaks is that the attitude that you hold and the confidence with which you go ahead makes a big difference. Because today, for the decision that I took, which was considered not so wise in 2026, has actually made me sit here, got me this forum. So I would urge, and I actually vouch for the Gen Zs today because, to be very honest with you, the CJP protest, you must be knowing that, the recent one, it opened our eyes to all the world, the kind of potential that you have and your unique way of approaching to things. So I see a huge potential in Gen Zs today, and I feel that you have the quirkiness to do things differently from how millennials have been and how the previous generations have been. There's a huge potential, but the only thing is you need the focus, you need the drive, and you need the passion to follow it. Okay?
Very nice.
Ashish, that reminds me to tell, right? Learning is something which is very, very important after you complete your graduation, right? That's not the end. That realized that I should tell this, with my experience in stakeholder management and learning about executive presence, I felt I should also learn and upskill because I was focusing completely on the outcomes. I enrolled into XLRI CHRO program. I said, like, people laughed at me saying that at 20, 21 years of experience, why do you want to learn? That's where you overcome what you felt that you don't have it. And it's a 2 years course, very expensive, 20 lakh rupees at the age of 20. It's worth investing because you are learning. You have to learn, otherwise you can't grow.
I think, you learn from both Emmy and Anija about failures, opportunity, turning them to strength. For me, 5 years back, I landed up in Bangalore where I was there and I met all of them. I was a non-techie. I was a hotel management MBA. Never worked in IT companies. Fortunately, I landed up in Cradlewise, which is a AI startup of baby cribs backed by Sam Altman. The first CV which I get was written Python. For me, Python is a snake. It is written cucumber. I said, hotel management guy, this cucumber is a vegetable in this CV. And when I called up the first person, the guy was from Gujarat and he's asking for 400% hike. I thought, which company is this which is giving 400% hike? And today when I come and I visit almost 80-90 colleges and all IITs and IIMs, I have not learned Python, but I know. The question which was asked to me, what is JavaScript? I said the script which is written in Java is JavaScript. But today, I know what is it. I am working in an AI company, leading interviews. At our age also, learning never stops to substantiate. But let me come to Supriya, to you, is threat. In the SWOT, we spoke about weakness and strengths, but threat. In the age for these students, and we want to be as realistic to you all, to tell you what is the threat. What is the threat to them which can make them unsuccessful? In startups, generally at the graveyard, there is a call which happens between the CXOs, which is called what can kill us. Everybody comes and talks negative so that they are better prepared. Supriya, you can be as blunt as possible and tell them what is the threat so that they will not get, or Ashik will not get 50 lakhs LPA salary.
So, when I am addressing Gen Zs, okay, so I am being blunt as Ashish requested. So one thing I see in this generation people is that, okay, so they talk about aura, they talk about AI, they talk about a lot many other tech stacks, technologies, being updated, everything, okay. So they are hesitating or they are staying back from communicating with somebody who sits next to them, right? So I think 90% of the Gen Zs face these issues. Okay, so when it comes to startup, it is more about collaboration rather being to be yourself.
Okay, so even though you are a techie, you are into coding, you are into system designing, whatever it is, right? So ideas most of the time like comes from a collaboration and a detailed discussion with your team members or your seniors or your colleagues, right? So let's say you must be going through some issues, okay, so you're trying to debug it, okay. So while you try to discuss it with somebody who is sitting next to you, you might end up getting a better solution, right? So only thing I could see is like in terms of technology, in terms of everything, you guys are updated. But when it comes to collaboration and communication, you all have a good communication skill, there is no doubt in that. But like you're not willing to communicate with anybody else.
Just to add here,
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, I know that today's...
You will still be asked another question, don't
No
feel.
problem, I'll pass it. Alright. So, what I'm trying to tell here is, I mean, you guys are good in technology. You have everything in hand. To talk about AI or anything. The question where it comes a human thing, right? I'm not sure how many of you read a book called I Will Survive. Today's world, when you look at it, I have 2 kids. So I keep telling my kids, boss, how many engineering students are coming in a year? Lakhs. How many positions are there? Not even thousands, right? What is the percentage of you getting success? Right? Every failure, what I'm trying to tell is every failure is a learning. I'm not sure how many of you follow Instagram in that, right? There is a reel which talks about Shah Rukh Khan, then CR7, then again Virat. Who's the best? They said, I'm the best. You need to build that attitude. Technology aata, then you score 98% out of 100, but you don't know what to do at the right time without confidence. I'm telling you, you're going to fail absolutely. And you know, when we were asking, I'm just giving a feedback to you, it was tough. Around 200 people are there, nobody is getting. Idea, don't think twice when you have to talk. Grab the opportunity. Once it's gone forever. So these are things I think, I don't want to talk long for that, but these are things I think we need to develop. The confidence which you need to do that. I've been doing it, I will do it. If I'm losing it, there's another chance to do better.
My question is, you know, every story ends with a happy note. And, you know, Supriya really scared you all that you don't talk so you don't succeed. But let Solomon end it with a happy note is, placement is not the end of the world. An offer letter does not decide your life. You know, there's a term which is called YOLO. You live only once. And an offer letter does not decide your happiness or success. Solomon, why don't you give your insights to them that what else they can do in life? You know, definitely following their passion, they're doing engineering, pharmacy, hotel management. But if life does not allow them to get what they want in terms of an employment, are they failed? They still have so many areas of employment today. Doing an entrepreneur, teaching, food. Just give them, you know, tell me something.
Yeah, I think again I'm going back to my family because for everything I take, I have 2 kids, right? One is doing her master's, the second one is in just completed engineering and joined a software company, right? I taught these guys when they were 13 or 14 what is trading is all about. Today my son trades, he has his own demat account where he does it. I'm not telling that's mandatory. Question is that you should be knowing what's happening across the globe. Today if you ask me, how many of you know what TCS is doing, what Oracle is doing, right? Get that knowledge. Again, again coming back to the same topic, number of engineers coming out is in lakhs. Everybody won't get an IT job. I'm openly telling, that's right. And don't look at I'm not telling about this college. When you go to some college, you have a huge boarding, they say that some XYZ got 48 lakhs. Nothing to up, right? That's not your opportunity. Look for, there are a lot of freelance jobs, there are a lot of gig, forums where you can do coding. There are a lot of other opportunities. Build. What I'm again coming back to the same point, it's not only the job. Look for a career where you can do it. Lot of entrepreneurial opportunities are there. You can take it up. It may be, as I said, academics. It may be, some of the top, head of the departments in the college, they're paid very well. So look into those lines, plan your career. But one thing which again I want to say that, don't say that I need to get into the top company for this salary. So look into that, how you can make your career.
Thanks, Solomon. I think that brings to an end of our discussion. I'm sorry again to put you all on the spot, but you all did justice. You know, the reality comes when we all do not come prepared and be realistic to you all. We were trying to be as honest to all of you. Remember the word itself, I am, impossible says I am possible. Live this life happily, say thank you to your parents, and give a round of applause for KMCT, for which, because you will not be able to eliminate this from your CV and like a Aadhaar card. A round of applause for this institute which you are there. I open up the forum for the questions. In case we have some time, you can ask and address to any of the panelists here. Over to you all. Volunteers, if you can just rotate the mic. Ashik, you can ask again also. Yeah, please ask. No, I'm very impressed. Somebody coming, as a startup person, as an HR, Ashik, I want to really appreciate, because every invention starts with a dream, which is impossible. You have dreamt something, and I'm really impressed. In this part of Kerala, first time you say, I want to get this, I am sure you will get that. So over to you, Ashik. Ask any question.
So I'm asking this behalf of all the students here. My question is personally for you, Ashish sir. So what's an underrated opinion about the hiring process behind scenes? Something that the students should know, but most of the time they overlook or they do not get that information.
See, I was in Cradlewise, where we were hiring for a product-based company, and we used to offer blank checks, hiring from IIScs and IITs. That was a deep technology where the crib used to rock automatically as soon as the baby started crying. And this technology was kind of endorsed by Sam Altman. He bought 2 kids with his partner in California. When I was starting hiring, I never hired for tech, 1500:1 was the screening to offer ratio. Earlier, new people were used to using AI. They forgot to change their father's name in the CV. Everybody's CV had same father name with different skills, But now as we come, AI is learning us and you are learning AI. So it is a competition. I think that competition you have to win using cloud or using any other, Copilot or using anything OpenAI, ChatGPT. You have to realize that when you sit in front of an interview like Emmanuel or Anija or Supriya or Solomon, they are not going to ask from your CV. They will ask, they will look into your eyes, they will look at your confidence. That is one. The second, which Solomon mentioned, you should know the company well. Even if you don't know about EPAM systems, if Emmanuel is interviewing, you should say, Emmanuel, your company, EPAM, is my dream company. In Hindi we say, jo dikhta hai wo, bikta hai. What is seen is what is sold. The third important thing, Ashik, is don't think that if you fail in this interview, your life is end. As Anija mentioned, opportunity always comes with your confidence. An interview does not decide what you are, but your happiness will decide what you are at the end of the day. Yeah. So CV war you have to win with AI, because the shortlisting happens with AI. You cannot expect HRs like us to screen 500 CVs one by one. It is not possible. Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashik, for asking. I would ask the volunteer to, we can take 2 more questions or 1 more? Yeah? 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. Anybody who can raise your hand, you can ask to anybody from the panelists here. Any questions from pharmacy, from engineering? Final year students, you should ask a lot of questions. Everybody's questions has been answered. But yeah, we have, please. Please tell your name as well when you ask the question, and please address to the panelists whom you want to ask.
Thank you, sir. My name is Shirza Jebin. I'm BTech AI third year student. My question is, we have already talked about how AI is replacing beginner level jobs. My question is, if you guys could do it all over again as your career, what measures do you take to get
better than your peers? Because 100 people get recruited. Next year promotion, only 5% is there. How she can come in that 5%?
In my point of view, I don't have to compete with anyone. I can compete for myself. That's my first remark. The second one is, what I have done in my individual career, am I relevant with the current trend, and what is that future demand looks like? The future cannot be 3 years, 5 years. With the disruption and the changes, the speed of change has increased. If you look at various revolutions, right? Today we're talking about industry 5.0, 4.0, 3.0. If you look at the speed it took and the changes, whatever are coming up, any model can be developed in maybe in months. Earlier it used to take decades or years. So what am I doing current to be relevant now? Am I ready for the future? That's what even organizations are struggling. So if I have to look at as an individual, as I said in my example, what I am doing, I want to be relevant with the changes what is happening. So I invested in myself. I did not compete, I did not compare with anyone, Ashish. I said I should invest in myself. So I'm investing my Saturdays, Sundays. Friday I spend 6 hours in the evening. Sunday evening 6 hours for my XLRI CHRO course. That itself makes me ahead of my peers. This is something, couple of points which I can talk about.
I'd like to add on to sir. So it's always about continuous learning and adaptability. Like you should be willing to learn new things, also forget things like which is of no use in future, right? Adaptability is something, okay, so you, in this fast or expectation, whatever we have in terms of the technical or tool chain is been evolving. You should be ready for anything and everything in terms of that. And second thing is that being agile is very, very important.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I'd like to add one more point here, right? What Emmanuel was telling, there's no need to compete with anyone. The second one, the best part is, if you are not up to date, what's happening in the world, I'm telling you, that's a biggest negative. How many of you follow what's happening in the Gulf? How many of you follow what's going to happen in US if the Trump is there, if the Trump is moving out? What's going to be the effect on the IT market? If you follow some of the big companies, what are these companies? Who's hiring? Who's laying off? Why I'm telling all this? If I want to go to East and if I'm planning for the West, what happens? The net displacement is 0. So please understand, getting, the information, follow lots of pages or lots of sites where it can help. Instead of scrolling the Instagram, liking Shah Rukh Khans of the world or anything, look for the right thing. Learning is a key thing which it would really help, rather than competing, looking at what we are doing, what others are doing. As Emmanuel said, ensure that you give the best, you put your scale at X and or N, then you ensure that you move to the N+1.
So that reminds me, there is a difference, right? How you can be ahead of the curve. Don't look for liking by everyone. Don't look for likes, like how you look for any post, any reels. Look for respect, right? Look for respect, not for like. Not everyone has to like you, but you have to gain that respect.
I think while we come close to an event, generally we all are here, and Anija, you are from Kerala. I would request you to speak something in Malayalam to them, to help them to just know the essence of life, anything.
Ashish, you're putting me in a spot. First of all, he did not ask a single question which we had prepared for. He's put all of us in spot and we are just being spontaneous. And ഞാനൊരു മലയാളിയാണ്. ഞാൻ ജനിച്ചു വളർന്നത് ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലാണെങ്കിലും എൻ്റെ പേരൻസ് രണ്ടുപേരും ട്രിവാൻഡ്രത്തിൽ നിന്നാണ്. So he's telling me to say something to motivate you guys. But I was telling I suck at speaking Malayalam fluently. പക്ഷേ ഓക്കെ, 2 വാക്ക് എന്തായാലും പറയാൻ പറ്റും. സോ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഫെയിലിയർ, എസ്പെഷ്യലി ഞങ്ങൾ ഓരോ സ്റ്റേജ് കടക്കുമ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നടക്കുന്നത്, ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരു ഫെയിലിയറിനെ അത് ഡൗൺഫോളായിട്ട് എടുക്കാണ്ട് അതൊരു ലേണിംഗ് ആയിട്ട് എടുക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എപ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ പറ്റുക. സോ അതിൻ്റെ ശരിക്കുള്ള ഉദാഹരണം എൻ്റെ ലൈഫ് തന്നെയാണ്. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, ഞാൻ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് എൻ്റെ ലൈഫിൽ ഞാനൊരു ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ഡിസിഷൻ എടുത്തപ്പം എൻ്റെ വീട്ടുകാർ പോലും അത് സംശയിച്ചു. പക്ഷേ വെൻ ഐ ബിക്കേം സക്സസ്ഫുൾ, എനിക്കതിൽ നല്ലൊരു ഇതിലേക്ക് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ പറ്റിയപ്പം ടുഡേ ദേ ആർ പ്രൗഡ് ഓഫ് മീ അല്ലേ. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇൻ ലൈഫ് യു ഷുഡ് ഓൾവേസ് നോ, ഞങ്ങൾ റിസ്ക് എടുക്കാൻ പഠിക്കണം. പക്ഷേ അത് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല, ബിക്കോസ് ഐ ഫീൽ ദ ജെൻസീസ് ആർ ഓൾവേസ് അബൌട്ട് ടേക്കിംഗ് റിസ്ക് ആൻഡ് ചാലഞ്ചിങ് ന്യൂ തിങ്സ്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് ഞാൻ പഠിക്കുകയാണ് സം ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ടു ഹാവ് സോ ഐ ഫീൽ ദാറ്റ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഫെയിലിയർ അത് ഒരു ഡീമോട്ടിവേഷനായിട്ട് എടുക്കാണ്ട് അതെപ്പോഴും ഒരു ചാലഞ്ചായി എടുത്ത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോയാൽ ശരിക്കും ഞങ്ങൾ വിജയിക്കും ജീവിതത്തിൽ.
Very nice. I think you are so nice. I think as we close to this, I always want you to remember this word YOLO. You live only once. Respect your state, respect your language, respect what you are. There is nothing left in this life, and click pictures like Gen Z because you don't know when you become a picture, right? So take a lot of pictures, enjoy life. Remember YOLO, you live only once. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ashish, with permission of Anija, Supriya and Saul, you have put all of us on spot. Yeah. Okay? Guys, I like want Ashish to be on the spot. Will you all agree with me if I want to ask one question to Ashish? Okay, Ashish, really you have put us on spot. Okay, now I don't want to talk today about AI, but without AI today you are not appreciated. Have you built any agent or an assistant to help you personally?
Yeah, one which I got from NIMS College last year, an agent and assistant to help me personally.
Talking about human agent.
Yeah, human agent.
So you focused on the human agent, not the real agent. Okay. So this is something which I have learned, that I work for this company called EPAM Systems, which has 15,000 people in India. If you are not building an agent or assistant for yourself to do your own work, you may think that HR, what do you do with agent or assistants, right? I need to build my own agent, then only I can talk about agents or assistants to improve the productivity and improve whatever you call it, right? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. I think, thank you so much for being a lovely audience. Give a round of applause for yourself for being so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Nandi Namaskaram. Thank you.
Thank you. And if there are any queries from the audience, our panelists would be happy to respond. Are there any questions? Now, we come to the close of this panel discussion too, and I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the dignitaries on the stage for their valuable time and participation. To present a token of our gratitude to our panelists, may I invite Mr. Ashish Banga to kindly do the honors of presenting the mementos. May I invite Ms. Anija Robert to kindly come forward to receive the memento from Mr. Ashish Banga. Thank you. May I now invite Mr. Emmanuel Gozula to come forward to receive the memento. May I now invite Ms. Supriya Vijay to come forward and receive the memento from Mr. Ashish Banga.
Ashish sir, actually you really won our heart, not only just because of his wonderful moderating, but is wonderful attire. Still, I am struggling to wear the dhoti and the perfect match. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Can we just have a group picture together? Gafur sir, can you please stay back? Thank you. Thank you to the moderator, Gafur sir, and all the panelists. Before we dive into the next engaging exchange of ideas and experience, let's take a short lunch break. Lunch has been arranged outside the auditorium. Please enjoy your lunch and be back in the auditorium for the fireside chat at exactly 1:30 p.m. Fireside chat will start exactly at 1:30 p.m. Please be back in the auditorium by that time. Lunch for faculty and students is arranged in the Pharmacy College, second floor of Pharmacy College. Faculty and students can proceed to second floor of Pharmacy College for their lunch. Thank you.